Good morning, dear students. How are you? Are you all fine? Let you all are fine. I think so. Anyhow, this situation is continuing like this itself. When we were with our first chapter, we thought that the condition will be, you know, okay, and we can come to the class normal classes. We thought so, but now itself or now also it's going like this. Anyhow, we cannot blame the situations. We cannot, what we say, we cannot wait for a new or better situations to start our learning. So let's be on the track and study everything very well and try to achieve your goal. When you are in the 10th standard, what should be your goal or your aim? It should be the full A plus. Now many other goals will be there. Simply a 10th standard or all the 10th standard students, they should have an aim of what? Achieving the full A plus or achieving A plus in all the subjects. That should be their one of the aim. Okay, anyhow, with the last class we completed our first chapter, that was sensation and responses. All the points were discussed very well and all the points will be clear to you, I believe. That much it is explained. Now with today's class we are going to start our second chapter, that is windows of knowledge. Okay, so the instruction that I have to give before starting the chapter is same like I am giving in all the classes, that keep a book and pen with you while watching the video and note down the main points. That is the best method of studying. So here also I advise you to take your what? Pen and paper and be with that for watching the next part of the video. Okay. Okay. Next chapter or the second chapter, that is windows of knowledge. Window, or here instead of the word window you can use the doors of knowledge. That's also will match with this what? Heading, or it will also will match with the chapter. So second chapter, windows of knowledge. Here you can see which are the windows that help to get the knowledge from our surroundings. We will get knowledge of anything, even if it is the knowledge of your books, that also you will get from the surroundings or from our environment or from the area where we are in connection. So such kind of knowledge may enter into ourself or enter into us through some window or through some doors that we are going to discuss in this chapter. Okay, so that is the main part, windows of knowledge. Which are the windows? That is shown in the picture there in the screen itself. You can see which are the windows. Eye is there, nose is there, ear is there, tongue is there, then skin is also there. So these all are together contribute all the information or all the knowledge that is to be achieved by ourselves. So whatever knowledge that we have to be achieved, that all will enter into our body through these 5 organs. Okay. So these 5 organs are called sense organs that we have studied or discussed in the lower classes. Sense organs. Sense means knowledge here. So here sense means knowledge. So knowledge is acquired or knowledge is got into our body, or any information is get into our body through 5 organs. They are called sense organs. That sense organs are the main topic that we have to study in this chapter. Okay. So, I think now you might have understood the aim of this chapter, or this is the introduction. In this chapter, we are going to study about different parts, functions and main organs related with the 5 sense organs. Okay. So, we can see one by one. Yes, the first part that we have to study in this chapter is, I told you, we are going to study about sense organs. Then in sense organs, for helping us to acquire the knowledge, there are some special cells called receptors that we have studied from the first chapter. Specialized neurons or specialized nerve cells that receive the stimulus is called what? Receptors. So, in each sense organs there are some special types of receptors, and that receptor receives some special types of the stimulus. So, we can see which are the receptors and which are the stimulus. Eye, first part, eye contained a receptor, that is what is called photoreceptors, that you have to write or note in your recording area. Eye contain a special receptor called photoreceptors. Okay. Then which kind of photo? The word photo itself means that is something related to light. So, photoreceptor receive the stimulus called what? Light. Second one, ear. Ear contain a receptor called auditory receptors. Auditory receptors. So, auditory receptors receive which stimulus? Sound. That is the stimulus received by ear. Third one, tongue. It contain a receptor called chemoreceptors. Chemoreceptors. Then chemoreceptor receive the stimulus, that is what is called what? Taste. Third one, the fourth one, skin. Skin receive different types of what? Feeling, or what we say, hot, temperature, cold, touch, pain, pressure, many other. So, for all these there is a main category, that is what is called touch receptors. Then all others are coming separately under this category. So, touch receptors, then that receive the sense of or the stimuli of what? Touch. Then nose. Nose receive what? Or nose is having a receptor called olfactory receptors. Olfactory receptors. Then that receive which kinds of stimulus? Smell. So, eye, photoreceptors, then the stimulus is light. Ear, sound receptors you can say, or better word is auditory receptors, sound. Tongue, chemoreceptors, taste. Then skin, touch receptors, touch. Nose, olfactory receptors, then the stimulus is what? Smell. Now, look, we are going to study about each what? Sense organs. First one and the main or the important one is what? Eye. Eye play a major role in the senses or in the sense organ. Total senses provided by the sense organs, if we are considering it as 100 percentage, out of that 80 percentage is provided by eye. So, in the sense organs, eye is having a major role. So, eye is to be protected very well. For the protection of the eye, there are different, what do you say, methods or different parts are there for the protection of the eye. That is given or that is shown in the screen now. Look, first one, eye socket. Eye socket means it is a depression in the skull. Depression means pit. What do we say? Pit, like something curved inside. Such a depression is there in the skull. If you are seeing the skull from anywhere, or if you are just watching through the Google, the skull if you are typing, then the image when come, you look, there will be two pit at the front side. That is what is called depression. So, in such a depression, the eye is fixed. That is why eye is protected. Second one, external eye muscles. Look, the eye is fitted or connected or it is fixed where in a pit were on the skull. There it is fixed very well, firmly it is fixed. So, if we are looking down or if we are shaking our head, the eye will not fallen down or eye will not be fallen down. Why? Because it is fixed firmly or strongly there with some kinds of muscles. They are called external eye muscles. Fix the eyeball in the orbit. Orbit means that pit. Next, eyebrow and eyelashes, then eyelid also. Eyebrow, you know, there you write with black colored pencil. Eyelid means, eyelash means some kinds of hairs you can see at the tip of your eyelid. Eyelid means that you open and close most of the time, no? So, these three are for protecting the eye from dust and germs. Three part: eyebrow, eyelashes and eyelid. These three protect the eye from dust, germs and other microorganisms. Next, conjunctiva, that is the main part. It secretes mucus which protect the anterior portion of the eyeball from being dry. You know, there is a part, if you are lifting your upper eyelid, you can see a red colored part that is hanging from the top to bottom. That is what is called conjunctiva. This conjunctiva secretes mucus. Mucus means a viscous liquid, jelly like liquid. Then that will make the anterior or front part of the eye wet, or it protect the anterior part of the eye from being dry. It will not allow the eye to dry. That is the main part or main point. Next, tears. Tears means it clean, tear, it clean and lubricate the anterior part of the eye. Then lysozyme, the enzyme present in tears, destroy germs that enter into the eye. Two functions are there. First one, it lubricate and what, clean the anterior part of the eye. Lubricate means making that wet. Then clean means washing. Second one, that tears contain a chemical, what, lysozyme. Don't forget it. That lysozyme, what will do? Lysozyme destroy the germs present or it enter into the eye. If any germs are entering into the eye, that germs are killed by the chemical present in the what? Tears. That chemical is called lysozyme. Okay. So, these are the protective measures. Here you study about tears very well, conjunctiva very well, others are not so important. Now, see the image of the eye. This you have to be drawn in your notebook while writing our short note. Then listen another main point. This is the part that will be there in the question paper at the time of SLC examination, that to draw and label the part or to draw the picture of the eye, and they will give some parts to mark on the picture. We can just see which are the parts. Look, conjunctiva, first part, one side you look, then below that there is a part called cornea, then iris, look, a red colored part, then pupil, okay. Then after that you see lens, then sclera, choroid, retina, look, yellow spot, optic nerve, then blind spot. This all we will study, but now just that name, the term you just understand. Conjunctiva, cornea, iris, pupil, then lens, sclera, choroid, retina, yellow spot, then optic nerve, blind spot. Here first we will see about what, sclera, choroid, retina. These are the three layers in the eye. Look, in the back side you can see sclera. Did you see? Look, sclera, second one choroid, third one retina. These three are the very important part that is needed at the time when we draw or when we study the layers of the eye. So, we can see which are they. Okay. So, next part that we have to study or that we are going to study is the layers in the eye. Look, now layers of the eye. Three layers are there. First one sclera, then choroid, third one retina. These are the three layers in the eye. Okay. Then what are the features of these layers? That is the next part. That is the white outer layer. Sclera means white outer layer. That is the outermost layer that is white in color. Point by point we can say it is the outermost layer or first layer. And what is the color? White outer layer means white in color. If you are looking to the mirror, you can see white colored part in your eye. That is called sclera. Then what is the function of sclera? That is the next point, which give firmness to the eye. Firmness means hardness to the eye. That is the main function of what? Sclera. Then it is made up of what? Connective tissues. You know, different types of tissues are there in the body, and this sclera is made up of connective tissues. So, these are the points, 4 points. It is the outermost layer, it is white in color, the function it give firmness to the eye, then what it is made up of? It is made up of connective tissues, that is all. Okay, children, is it okay? Yeah. Next layer or second layer, or we can do one thing, we can see what are the parts of what? This sclera. Look, the first part of this sclera is cornea. That name also we have read from where the part of the eye, or when the image was shown to you. Cornea, look, the projected transparent anterior part of the sclera which refract light rays to focus on the retina. What is that? Look, the projected transparent anterior part of the sclera which refract light to focus on the retina. When we say so, it will be difficult to you. So, look, I will say in or I will explain in another way. Look, it is the part of sclera. Point by point I will say. Last you can combine all that after understanding, then it will be easy to you. So, cornea is the part of sclera. Which part? It is the anterior part of the sclera. So, anterior part of the sclera, then what is the feature? Look, it was given there, it is transparent. Which is transparent? Look, wait 1 minute. Wait. So, it is the what? Transparent part, anterior part of the sclera, then which refract light rays to focus on the retina. That is the main function of the cornea. Look, once again, it is the part of sclera and it is the anterior part of the sclera. Then one more point, projected. That means it is not a slide or it is not like a what we say, like a board or like a wall, not vertically straight. It is projected to the front side. So, part of the sclera, anterior part of the sclera, projected part of the sclera, then that is transparent. Then what is the function? Refract light to focus on the retina. Refract, if it is difficult to you, you study that only. Allow light, allow, A-L-L-O-W, allow the light to focus on the retina. Allow the light to focus on the retina. This is the point, or these are the points related to cornea. So, once again, it is the projected anterior part of the sclera that is transparent, or projected transparent anterior part of the sclera that allow the light to focus on the retina is called what? Cornea. Second, conjunctiva. That is also the part of what? Or conjunctiva is also the part of what? First part, sclera. Then conjunctiva, it is the layer which covers and protect the front part of the sclera except cornea. It is a layer or it is a membrane that what it will do? It will cover and protect the front part of the sclera, or white colored part, no, it cover and protect the white colored part of the sclera except cornea. Cornea will not be protected by whom? The conjunctiva. So, the part except cornea will be protected by whom? The conjunctiva, or a particular layer, that is what is called conjunctiva. That is all related to what? First layer. Okay. Then see the second layer. Second layer is choroid. Okay. First layer and its two parts we discussed. Then second layer, that is choroid, that is the middle layer. Only three layers are there. Outer layer, what was? Sclera. Then middle layer, sure, choroid. Then it which contain a large number of blood vessels, contain large number of blood vessels. That is also its feature. So, two more points are there to add that you have to write in your notebook. Sure that you have to study. It is a compulsory part. It is dark in color. Dark in color. That is the next point. Dark in color. Then its function is not given in this table, that you have to study. The function: provide oxygen and nutrients to the cells of the eye. That is the function of what? Choroid. Provide oxygen and nutrients to the cells of the eye. That is the main function of what? Choroid. So, choroid is our middle layer, dark in color. It contains blood vessels and it contains blood also. Then it provides oxygen and nutrients to whom? Cells of the eye. Then parts of the choroid we can see. First part, iris, that you might have seen in the picture, iris. Okay. Just if you want, you can just make a look, iris. First conjunctiva is given there, below that cornea is there, projected part you look, then iris, look, that is seen there in the picture. Then you can see what are the other points related to iris. The part of the choroid, look, iris is the part of the choroid seen behind the cornea. Actually, it is the part of the choroid, middle layer, but it is seen in front of the cornea, or it is seen behind the cornea or in front of the sclera. Okay. Then presence of this, the pigment melanin, give the iris dark color. Iris is the part of choroid. I told you, choroid is dark in color. Then that dark color is because of the presence of a pigment called what? Melanin. Okay. So, iris, it is the part of what? Part of the sclera seen just behind the cornea. Then there is a pigment called melanin, that is why it is dark in color. Second part in the choroid is pupil. Pupil, it is the aperture seen at the center of the iris. Aperture means a hole seen at the center of the iris. In between the iris there is a hole or a gap. That gap is called what? Pupil. Then the size of this aperture increases and decreases depending on the intensity of the light. When the power of the light, when it increase or decrease, the size of this gap also increase and decrease. When the power of the light or intensity of the light increases, the size of this gap decreases. When the power or intensity of the light decreases, the gap or this gap increases. So, the size of this gap can be increased and decreased according to the size, intensity, or according to the power of the light. Next, that is the lens in the eye, that you can see in the picture. Lens. Then which kind of lens? The lens in our eye is convex lens. Then it is elastic in nature. In the physics lab, you might have seen the lens that is made of glass, that cannot be pulled. or it is not elastic, but here it is elastic. So, elastic and it is transparent lens. Transparent means made of glass, we can see on both sides. So, it is elastic, it is transparent, it is convex lens. Then look, it is connected to the ciliary muscles. Look, there you can see the ciliary muscles. So, lens is connected to ciliary muscles, but you can see there are some thread like structure. With that thread, white colored thread you can see in the picture, with that it is connected to ciliary muscles. That thread like cells are called ligaments. So, lens is connected to what? Ciliary muscles, but it is connected with what? Connected with ciliary muscles. Sorry, no, connected to ciliary muscles with what? With the ligaments. Do not change. Next, ciliary muscles. Look, circular muscles seen around the lens, the contraction and relaxation of the muscle of these muscles alter the curvature of lens. You know, this lens is seen around, these muscles are seen around the lens in the eye. Then the contraction and what we say relaxation or the movement of these muscles help the lens to change or to alter. Alter means change. To change the curvature. Curvature means the size of the lens. According to the relaxation and contraction of what? The muscles or circular muscles or ciliary muscles, the size of the lens or the what do we say? Circle or circumference of the lens may be altered or changed. So, these are the parts of what the second part called choroid. So, which were the parts? Iris, pupil, lens, then ciliary muscles. Last part, that is retina or last layer, that is the retina, that is the innermost layer. Only 3 layers: outer, middle and inner, which has photoreceptors. Look, I told you, photoreceptors, first a table I showed you. So, there I told you the receptors in the eye is called what? Photoreceptors. That receptors are seen where? In the retina. And retina is also called the screen in the eye. Do not forget, screen in the eye. That is also a point to add in the place of the retina. Then there are 2 points related, 2 parts related to retina. One is yellow spot. The part of the retina where plenty of photoreceptors are present, it is the point of maximum visual clarity. Look, photoreceptors are the receptors seen in the eye. If there is no receptors, we cannot see. I told you, receptors are the cells that help for that sense. In the sense in the eye is what? Vision. So, receptors are the cells in the eye that help for vision. So, the part of the retina, look, the part of the retina where plenty of photoreceptors are present, means more number of photoreceptors are present, are called yellow spot. Then it is the point of maximum visual clarity. It is the point of maximum visual clarity because there are more photoreceptors. That is why in that particular point the vision will be more. That area is called yellow spot. Next, blind spot. Blind spot, the part of the retina from where the optic nerve begins. Part of the retina from where the optic nerve begins. That is what is called what? Blind spot. Here there is no vision as photoreceptors are absent. Look, yellow spot contain more number of photoreceptors. That is why their visual clarity is high. But here in the blind spot, there is no photoreceptors. That is why there is no vision. Such area is called what? Blind spot. So, yellow spot is having high visual clarity, but blind spot there is no vision at all. Okay? Yes. Next, then yellow spot is on the retina, but blind spot where? It is the part of the retina from where optic nerve begin. Then it is seen at the place where optic nerve begins. Then next, optic nerve. It is, look, that transmit impulses from photoreceptors of the visual center in the brain. Look, transmit impulse, that optic nerve transmit impulses from photoreceptors to the visual center in the brain. You know, in the brain there are some particular place that help or that may do the main function of vision. So for doing that function, the impulses are to be reached there. The such impulses are carried or it is transmitted by whom? This optic nerve. Look, the picture is seen there in the textbook or the screen now. So these are the main parts of the or main parts that we have to study now from the second chapter. So okay, dear students, now we are going to wind up the class, or today's class is going to wind up. I think the parts that was explained is clear to you. So try to watch repeatedly and try to understand everything. Now from this chapter onwards, I just changed the mode of the class. Then if this is more convenient to you, we can follow this method, or the video method that we followed in the first chapter can itself be adopted. So I want to get your suggestion. Then when we are conducting the class in this mode, you can be see, or you can be familiar with your textbook also from the screen itself. Then no need of looking anywhere else, then directly you can see everything. Okay. So you want to give me your opinion about this class and the previous class. Okay. So main parts or main points that we discussed today is what? First one, the 5 sense organs and the receptors seen in those sense organs, okay, and which are the stimulus that was received by those receptors. Okay, that is the first. Then we went into the part I, the protective measures of the eye. That was the next major point. Then there are many points we studied. Out of those points, mainly you have to remember tears, conjunctiva and lysozyme. These three are to be remembered. Then image of the what? Eye. There the parts are, or the parts is to be familiar to you to note or to analyze, to mark on the image or picture given separately without marking. So understand where are the parts located. So be familiar with that picture. Then we went into the part layers of the eye. 3 layers are there. Which one? Sclera, choroid and retina. Sclera is having 2 parts, which are the first part, that is cornea, then conjunctiva. Then middle layer is what? Choroid. It is having many parts, iris, then pupil, lens, then which one? Ciliary muscles. Last part or the middle layer, inner layer, that is called retina. Retina is having 2 or 3 parts. First one yellow spot, second one blind spot and third one optic nerve. So these are the points that we discussed through today's video or today's class. I think it's okay. Then you want to go through the video repeatedly. Then if any changes are needed, you can tell me directly, no problem. We can think of it, then study very well, then prepare the lecture note by yourself by the time itself. Don't keep it pending for another time. Sometimes you may not get time, that is why. Okay. So study well, then we can see with another video in the next class. Okay. So dear children, thank you. Have a nice day. Okay.